Hi, Brenda Balance here. I have noticed that a lot of people are asking questions about how to start out with fluid art or pour painting, depending on what you personally choose to call it. I just started out myself about 2 months ago, and I thought a lot of people are asking questions about what you need, basics, just to get started for a small amount of money to make sure that this is something you want to do and enjoy and not spend a fortune on to begin with before you find out. So, paper towels, those are very important. You're going to need water. If you're first starting out, you can always start with tap water, and when you move up and buy expensive paints and things like that and bigger canvases, then you might want to move on to bottled or distilled water. Distilled water is preferred. You can get paints at the dollar store for $1 a tube. They have a variety of colors and they work just fine. And they work well for just starting out. You will be mixing those with the water to get the correct consistency to do your paintings. You're going to need some cups. Cups for mixing paints or doing flip cups, which are some of the things that people usually start out doing, is flip cup pouring. These little condiment cups come in perfect, and they came from the dollar store also because they have lids with them, and so you can mix up paint. What you don't use, you can just snap the little lid on, and they're good and they're fresh next time you pull your paints out and you're ready to go again. These are a great way to start out because you can actually set your paintings on top of them to get them lifted off the table a little bit so they're not sticking to my newspaper or whatever you use underneath your paintings. It's just lids from McDonald's cups for the 99-cent drinks. If you have long hair, you're going to need to tie your hair up because you don't want to be fighting acrylic paint in your hair. It doesn't come out easy and it causes lots of knots. You're going to need some gloves. These gloves, I cannot recommend them very highly because they don't fit anybody in the world. But there's something to cover your hands until you get used to this. And then you can spend more money and get more expensive gloves, which I recommend very quickly. Right back there, you don't have to have it to start, but it's definitely a nice thing to have, and that's Goo Gone for latex paint. It will take paint out of the carpet. Just try not to leave it on there for too long because the longer it sits, the harder to get out it is because, well, I learned my lesson the hard way. You're going to need stir sticks, which can either be the popsicle size stick or the larger craft type stick. Those will be used for mixing your paints. And your paints can also be, here I have some Apple Barrel, which is a craft paint. So you don't have to start with the expensive $5 and $6 tube paints to begin with. And, you can definitely pay more than $5 or $6. Craft paints you can usually get for a much more reasonable price when you're learning. I recommend it highly. All right, these are all the things that I personally can think of right now that you really have to have. Like I said, the Goo Gone, you do not have to have it. And it comes in a spray bottle, and it comes in little wipes. I'm not sure which one works best because I literally just used the wipe for the first time today, and my lid wouldn't stay closed, so I had to tape it down, which is kind of a bummer, but hey, you do what you got to do. All right, if you have any other questions, hopefully, if people like this video, I will make another one and show you how to mix up your first batch of paint, because that's another thing people have been asking about. But this is the first thing I've ever recorded since I was like 6 and Mom and Dad used to video me in the backyard playing. So, have a good time painting, enjoy, and have a blessed day. Bye.